Getting some hazard pay.
Not. There you go. Brody keeps muting the freaking mic. Anyways, so I'm trying to clean up whatever I come in, and then security shows up, and I'm thinking, maybe they're like, "Do you need to go to the hospital?" I'm like, no. Okay, so you're good? And I'm like, yeah, I'm good. Like, what happened? So I explained it to them, and they're like, okay, so we need to see your membership card so we can make sure that we make a note of it in a report. I'm like, okay. They're like, can you think of any or all places that you may have bled?
Jeez.
I don't know. The bathroom? I think I spat some blood into the sink. Okay, that's good to know. Is there anything, any other information you need to give us? No, I'm fine. It hurts like a mofo, and I'm not going back into the game because I'm afraid that if I run around, I'm gonna like get the blood pumping, and I'm just gonna be drooling blood the rest of the game.
Like a spigot.
Yeah, but I was like, what the?
I mean, they're probably following like insurance and safety protocols.
You have to sign a safety waiver saying that you're not going to hold the anyone accountable for any injuries that you may gain during events in whatever league you signed up for. So
yeah, but people could still come after them anyways.
Anyways, so.
But I mean, they're just CYIing.
Yeah, I know. Okay, real quick before we start, if your boss tells you your team at work is like family, that means you could scream, "You're not my real mom," and storm out every time they ask you to do anything.
Does mean I can ask for like each task gets me a raise then, like when I got allowance, right?
Allowance, yeah. I need you to do this. Okay, well, I'll do it for this amount of money.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, this is going to suck. I can only, slow drink. Slow sip, I mean. Fun times. All right, let's do this thing. Hit record, mute Zealeus, and intro. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another Dish Shelter Confusion Thursday Night Hangout.
It is Thursday. We made it another week. Somehow, some way, somewhere, someplace, in some other place.
Yes, sure. Yes, absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen, I, of course, am your host, Charlie, and I'm joined once again by the prolific comer himself, Zealeus.
Greetings and salutations, sir.
This is the Thursday Hangout. It's a live show where we try our best to cover the topics most important to you during the show. If at any point during the show you have any topics, questions, thoughts, opinions that you would like to share with the class, by all means, drop it in the chat, be it on YouTube, Facebook, or Twitch, and we will try to add it to the show. If we do, unfortunately, run out of time, we'll add it to the very next show. So without further ado, let's jump into it. First of all, for anyone and everyone that stopped by in the 24-hour game stream that I did this past Saturday, where I played from start to finish, I played only one game. I know that I had set up a bunch of different games to play, but I ended up just locking into Star Wars Outlaws. And
so for 20 straight hours, you played one game.
The crazy thing is, it was like a message from the video game gods, because just as my time expired, the credits were rolling.
That's impressive. Okay, so question.
Yeah.
Have you played another game before for 24 straight hours?
Yes.
Which game?
I have played one game for 36 straight hours.
Which was?
Guild Wars. When it was in beta.
So, funny thing, guess what I just reinstalled tonight?
Guild Wars 2?
Yeah, let's go. New expansion. But anyways, back to you. We can talk about that later. Yeah, so okay, so you knew you had the game for 24 hours.
Mhm.
So Star Wars Outlaws, was it a case of I have to play for 24 hours anyways, and I'm enjoying it, so I might as well play it? Or is it more of a case like I'm really in the zone in this game, and like the 24 hours before you knew it was like, holy shit, the credits are rolling?
So it was a little mix and match there. One thing was that the unfortunate thing was that the game did absolutely completely freeze 9
Oh,
times during the 24-hour thing, and I had to close
damn.
the game and go back in. Um, I did like
Good
the
thing we had
story.
AI to solve all of our QA problems now.
I did like the story. And there was like the 2 other games I really wanted to play were like fast Twitch games.
Yep.
And to be totally honest with you, I never felt like that my gaming capabilities were at that level. So,
Okay.
I
Yep.
mean, I did kind of start thinking of other games that I could play, just in case, it
Like
gets to
thinking games,
a
maybe?
certain number of crashes and I'm like, screw this, I'm out. But by the time I was really thinking about jumping ship, I looked at the time and thought, you know what? I'm just going to ride this thing into the sunset.
At that point, you're so far in where it's like, let's just finish it. Let's do this.
Well, I ran into if you continue to on to this next part, there you will not be able to participate or do anything else in the game until the story ends. And I was like, okay, well, I'm basically there.
This was a true single player game, right?
Yes, it was.
That's crazy. Microtransactions?
Nope.
No? What was this game made in 2025? I didn't know this was possible anymore.
I think it was 2024, but still.
Close enough.
No, I think I made mention of this the last show, but thankfully, if the game was still on the non SSD hard drive, I think that
Yeah.
I probably would have changed games because when it was not on the SSD hard drive, the loads for if you died or loading into the game was just astronomically. I want to bash my head into a wall type of feeling.
Whereas it reminds me of the good old days of Mass Effect, when whenever it didn't matter what system you were in, there was like a set loading time in the elevator. It was actually a loading screen.
Right.
But it was pretty cool technology because it wasn't a loading screen, but at the same time it was.
Yes.
And they had like a timer where no matter so you could be in the fastest PC ever. Although now they actually have a skip, at least in the Legendary Edition.
Yes.
You could skip it. But in the OG, it was just nope, you would sit there.
But yeah, no, I played all the way through that.
Nice.
I'm happy to say that last time I checked, we had achieved $500 raised.
Nice.
So I got the T-shirt, and I think I actually, because it's at $500, I think I also unlocked another achievement level. I think I get a medal or something.
It only matters if you actually wear the medal. I think you need to wear the medal with the T-shirt.
I've got one of my because I've achieved like the low medal once, and I think this is actually the second tier medal this time, but I don't know where that medal is right now. To be honest with you, everything is still kind of shuffled around since we had to redo the whole basement.
I would blame it on a small child stealing it.
The small child probably could have also taken it and decided to wear it to school and lost it.
I mean, why not?
Yeah.
Extra life. It's like you get a life, power up in real life. Isn't that what it does, basically?
Maybe. Yes. Possibly. Anyways, so let's talk some updates here real quick for those individuals out there who are still being affected by a certain disagreement between 2 companies.
Oh, dear.
And that, of course, is that YouTube TV and Disney are still staring at each other across the table, trying to see who will flinch first.
I know there was some hope that actually the NFL of all things would broker the peace because they're losing ratings
Yes.
over this. Because I mean, you're seeing because YouTube TV doesn't have
Monday Night
all
Football.
that stuff.
Or any of the college football as well.
Yeah, my biggest thing, and is I know this is a little bit of political rant now, is there was a time when you had like separations in the industries, so it wasn't a I know there's technical jargon for it, but basically you didn't have one company owning everything from start to finish. Where in this
Yep.
case, what that means is Disney owns both the distribution platform in the form of Hulu, and they also own the actual product itself in the form of Disney and ABC and all that stuff.
ESPN.
So
Yep.
basically, they've created a consolidated monopoly for this product, which allows them to basically force out the competition, in this case, YouTube TV.
Mhm.
And the crappy part thing is it's only bad for customers. Like the billionaires are still going to make their billions. When it comes down to the consumer, we're really the ones who get the shaft in these disputes. And one thing, it was just like, Disney having the carriage dispute with Hulu as a separate company.
Right.
I'd be like, okay, whatever, that happens. But the fact they own Hulu, it's like the definition of a conflict of interest, because
And I
they
think
own Hulu.
they're trying to muddy the waters further by basically sunsetting Hulu and making everything under the Disney Plus banner.
Well, to me, that makes it even less muddy. If anything, it makes it even more obvious.
Yeah.
Yeah. And again, I know there's the correct political jargon, or not political, but like law jargon for all that. But
Right.
like, these are literally what the monopolies have been broken up with in the past, because they own everything in the entire top-down ecosystem.
Yeah.
So to me, that's the crappy part. Is it just sucks most of all for the consumer more than anything else.
I mean, and also just real quick, the Zealeus and I basically named all of the different Disney stuff, but just to go over real quick one more time. So as of right now, YouTube TV does not have ABC, ESPN, or any of the ESPNs, like the SEC network, the ACC network, all of that ESPN umbrella, plus FX and the Disney Channel.
I tried the ESPN app once, and holy crap, is it hot garbage.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Oh, man.
I mean, the Hulu app's not great in of itself. And then, somehow the ESPN app just takes that and just brings it to a whole new terrible level.
Yep.
Yeah. So, for consumers getting the shaft in all this.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Speaking of Disney, I did want to give a little bit of an update on the Doctor Who Disney thing, and that of course is that they broke their partnership off. Disney had, from my understanding, when this deal was first brokered, they were gonna try to pump it up like Marvel-esque style, and then it just Doctor Who is a great show. I love that show, but it's not superhero action, not nonstop. And I think that I think also because of the political climate in this country that we live in, or at least Zealeus and I live in, I think there's some pressure on the way that things should be written and acted out, and it just became more of a pain in the ass than what they were hoping for. So I'm just happy that BBC is like, look, it's not going away. We're going to do this. Now, I just wish they would tell us who the next real Doctor is going to be.
Probably find out the Christmas episode. I think we talked about it
know.
last week, but I think it'll be the Christmas episode is when we'll find out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and again, usually, yes, you had the big bad evils. I mean, you have the Daleks, and you have, the Cybermen, and they're terrifying in their own right. But at the end, usually what makes it so good is the storytelling. more than the crazy CGI effects, or Thor picking a giant hammer. I guess the sonic screwdriver unscrewing a Cyberman's head or something. I don't
Right,
know.
right.
It's about the storytelling and usually the interaction of the Doctor between him and his companion, possibly plural, depending on when in the series it is. Like, to me, that's what makes Doctor Who great.
Right.
And then, like, how do they? It's kind of ironic with trying to make it superhero-esque, because like a big thing with the Doctor has been previous seasons of solving things with his brain more than anything else.
Well, the problem, and this is a little bit of a spoiler alert for those who haven't watched the Doctor Who, Disney Doctor Who stuff, which I still find really fucking funny that if you do an IMDb, the BBC Doctor Who and the Disney Doctor Who are under two completely different titles. But in the Disney Doctor Who, the really weird thing, the thing that always kind of did not sit right with me, was the fact that the Doctor was facing off against gods. Like just random super space beings.
Yeah.
Instead of, the Cybermen, the Daleks, the Silence,
the Weeping Angels.
The Weeping Angels. All, there was always seemed to be like an army.
Yeah.
Some collective group.
Yeah.
I don't know. It just,
And I think it would be done right. Like, there is that one episode with Matt Smith where he basically is facing that planet god.
Yeah.
But like, that was a unique standout. Like, that to me is what made that episode like one of the best episodes, like, honestly, all of Doctor Who. But it was such a standout from that, because you're right, there were other episodes with the Matt Smith era where it was the Cybermen and the Daleks, and they're good episodes. You get that, it stands out. But there is a bit of, if it's like that every single week, you kind of look, it's like, haven't we already seen this, kind of, in a way? Yeah. So you're right. I think it's, it can be done, occasionally, but there's absolutely too much of doing the same thing over and over. And you can definitely run into that in a show like Doctor Who. Yeah. So I hope they get back to, some good storytelling, some great interaction between the characters, things like that. It kind of that problem solving with your brain, and how do outsmart the evils that are lurking out there, was a large part of what they did.
So I've just cheated. I've pulled up the Doctor Who villains. So Daleks, Cybermen, Weeping Angels, the Santarans, the Vashta Narada, which they're not really, I mean, yes, they technically were killing individuals in that really, really sad episode featuring River Song. But yeah. Anyways, I want more Doctor Who. There's Charlie's 2 cents.
I'll add an extra cent to that proclamation.
There you go. Okay. And the next bit of news, and we knew this was coming eventually. Ladies and gentlemen, Paramount Pictures has announced that they are pulling in the writer from Yellowstone to help pen a live-action Call of Duty movie.
Hooray!
Which I'm like, okay, so input any modern war movie, modern war script, and make a movie, and you just slap Call of Duty on it. You're not in an alternate universe.
Just go watch like The Expendables or The Raid or something like that.
Yeah, or if you want to go like old school Call of Duty, just watch Saving Private Ryan.
True.
Or if you're looking for more of, instead of a movie, but more of a series, Band of Brothers. I
There you
mean,
go.
it's been done. It's not, you're not going to blow people away with a Call of Duty movie. You're going to, I don't think slapping the, I mean, yes, there's going to be those hardcore people like, oh, yeah, it's about time, Call of Duty movie. Actually, or was that Modern Warfare?
I
That
mean,
had
to be
that
fair,
weird, like, terrorist plot at the beginning.
and the shows you just named, like Saving Private Ryan and Band of Brothers, are all extremely highly regarded.
Yeah.
So, but there would also be a pointer argument is if you could do something. I'm not going to say they can do as well as those because those are extraordinary.
Right.
But if you could do something, close to that caliber, there is something to be said for that because there clearly is a market for good wartime type of shows. Yeah. So I do think you can kind of say that for any show, right? Like it's been done before.
Yeah.
It's how do you do it again? Because there's no
How do you do
such
it differently? How about that?
Exactly. I mean, but that's what we see because, like, what is it like? There's no such thing as original idea.
Yeah.
We've all seen it before. It's how do you retell it? So I don't mind necessarily that you're right. There are similar ones already out there, like you've named, but it's not like they're coming out with like Brandon, Band of Brothers remastered. It's going to be their own take on it.
Yeah. I mean, I'm looking at a couple of other ones. American Sniper, Apocalypse Now, if you want to go, backwards in time a little bit. Lone Survivor, Jarhead.
I'd be curious to see if they're like those in that. So most good like wartime movies, like they're very graphic rated R movies or shows. Like they're not for the faint of heart.
I think a lot of these are also more like period pieces.
But something like Call of Duty is that
Yeah.
going to be PG-13 because you wanted to appeal to the masses, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm also wondering, or I guess like most of the highly regarded wartime movies, whether they're period pieces or whatever, like what they all have in common is, yes, there's a lot of action, but they're about the storytelling, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm wondering if not Band of Brothers, goodness, if Call of Duty is going to be just, an Expendables type where it's just about over the top zany action where the story is kind of like, or is it going to be more like a Band of Brothers where it's actual real storytelling? That's what I'm very curious to see.
Right. Mm.
I don't know. Guess we'll have to see.
Okay. I don't know if you guys have all heard this or not, but there is a very famous game designer whose titles are very numerous. You may know him. His name is Peter Molyneux.
Nope, don't know.
His games range from Populous and Dungeon Keeper, Black and White, and what were some of his other games?
So classic strategy games.
Yeah. Really? Oh, he was the executive producer of Magic Carpet. Fable. Sorry, the big ones for probably Fable, Fable 2, Fable 3.
And they're in like action RPG.
Yep. And I never played these games, but the Goddess games, which was a I think those weren't they Kickstarter? Yeah, they were Kickstarter games. It was kind of a spiritual successor to Populous. So it went back to those roots. Now, he has come out and said that he is 66 years old now. He's been working hard as ever for his life, and he just doesn't have enough life energy to keep doing this. And so he is basically doing one final game, and then he will be riding off in the sunset, which, to be honest with you, the dude has done so many games that I think his legacy is cemented. I mean, I know that he wants to have that one big last hit, But the game that he is decided to, um, I guess, exit on is a upcoming game called Masters of Albion. I believe it's yet another one of the, like city builders and stuff like that.
I feel like I've heard of it.
There's like an Albion game out there, but it's not the same.
Okay, it's
thing.
not that. Okay, not okay.
It's not the MMO.
Yeah, I was like, Albion's an MMO. I'm so confused.
Master of Albion is set in a rich world packed with wonderful discoveries across a wealth of regions. Find and found new towns, villages, and resource-rich mines to add to your business portfolio. Use your God Hand across the unlocked regions to help your workers and hinder your foes.
So this kind of sounds like an amalgamation of all the different games he's made. Like, throw it into a blender and let's just see what happens.
Yeah, black and white, and Populous.
Yeah. Well, there's like heroes where you fight, so a little. I'm assuming it's not actual like ARPG, but a little bit of Fable in there because you fight.
But yeah, it's gonna be. Yep. I'm looking at the pictures right now.
So you can possess your heroes in third-person mode.
Yep.
Well, that's gonna be on my wish list.
So there you go.
Looks gorgeous.
Looks good. But yeah, he's. I mean, once again, the dude, if he can bring just even a smidge of oomph that he had for so many freaking years, it's probably going to be a solid game to end on.
I guess it's like any other career. At some point, hopefully, we get to retire before we have no time to enjoy the rest of life.
Yes. Yeah. Sorry, I gotta take another sip. Yeah.
The fluids are good for the brain.
Well, it's also really, really cold, so it's helping my lip.
There you go.
Okay. So let's pause real quick to thank the individuals who help Alter Confusion be the Alter Confusion you love and adore. And that, of course, is the friends of the show. So let's give them some love. And let's start off with the Indie Cluster. The Indie Cluster is an organization of independent game developers that want to gain exposure by being involved in the community. They collectively journey to popular conferences as a traveling booth to help gain attention for their games. They make partnerships in local communities to bring games to the mainstream mindset. They highlight local, unusual, and rare concepts that challenge the paradigm of the common. They also host events to teach kids and minority groups about game development to hopefully one day enter the industry themselves. For more information, go to indiecluster.com. The next shout out we're going to give is to the AV Master himself, Noodle Boy Media. Founded in 2015 by Andrew Tran, Noodle Boy Media, previously White Kid 47 Media, is your choice for professional photo shoots and panel recordings at conventions. They pride themselves in providing a high level of professionalism, top-notch experiences, and quality services. If you want more information and to view their full list of services, check out facebook.com/noodleboymedia. The next shout out we got to give is to an individual who needs to come to my house pronto because I got some aches and pains in my body thanks to long gaming sessions, the 24-hour gaming-thon.
Can he help your mouth?
No, it's not going to help my mouth. Ladies and gentlemen, Hero Chiropractic is a unique healthcare practice set up by Ryan Moore. The company's focus to elevate a patient's experience of freedom, creative expression, and joy. They believe that everyone can be a hero and has incredible heroic potential inside themselves waiting to be unleashed. Hero Chiropractic focuses on mobile chiropractic care in the greater Atlanta area. They are committed to healing clients by creating a plan of action uniquely suited for each person. They make that plan of action as convenient and affordable as possible, and most importantly, suited to your individual needs. For more information, go to herochiropractic.com.
Yes.
The next shout out we got to give is to the music maestro himself, and that, of course, is Crosspad Creative. Need a new logo or want to work on a full branding and content strategy? Or maybe you need music or audio for your content, just like Alter Confusion? Crosspad Creative offers a whole host of solutions to individuals and small businesses. Just email Josh at crosspadcreative@gmail.com and see what he can do for you. The final shout out we got to give is to the original backer on on Patreon for Alter Confusion. That, of course, is Agile Axiom. By day, Axe leads both the development team and system administration team working with satellites at NASA's Goddard campus. But while not in meetings and many times during, he is the Agile evangelist, Agile Axe, championing the philosophy of Agile and trying to make the world a better place for software developers, testers, system admins, and software projects the world over. Decades of experience in software development and leading Agile teams are brought to bear against evil processes, inefficient work, and bad habits. For more information, go to agileaxiom.com. Oops. All right, ladies and gentlemen, before I do my usual spiel, I need to take another sip because apparently saying all these wonderful words has made my lips swell. So,
Charlie needs to wait, but is it your giant Alta Confusion cup? I think that's what you need, like a big branded Alta Confusion cup for your cold liquid fluids. Would further
I actually have. I don't. It's not a huge cup, but I do have a personalized Alta Confusion cup here somewhere.
There you go.
I don't know where it is right now, but I'll find it. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, I know
what
that
you need to do then is cut out the bottom of one of them and then weld the two together to make it extra large.
Then I would need something to weld with.
Plastic, man, it melts. Just put a solder gun to it; it'll melt the plastic together.
Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, I know that you are dying to know how to become a friend of the show for Alter Confusion, so I'm going to tell you right now. Ladies and gentlemen, Alter Confusion survives the love and support of fans like you, and that's why we have a Patreon page. Patreon lets you, the fans, lovers, haters, demigods, interdimensional beings, gods, demons, aliens, vampires, werewolves, swamp creatures, mummies, supporters, and more to become active participants in the work we love through a monthly membership. This gives you access to exclusive content, community, and insight into our creative process. In exchange, we gain a bit more freedom to do our best work and the stability we need to build an even stronger creative career. We currently have 2 tiers on Patreon. That's the $1 a month tier. That's $1 a month, or $12 a year. What they get you is early access to all of our playthroughs as well as patron-only posts. And if you're feeling extra frisky, you can bump that up to $5 a month. That's $5 a month or $60 a year. What they get you is everything at the $1 tier, but it also adds your name or organization to the Friends of the Show section of every single Thursday night hangout. So if you want to become a patron of Alter Confusion, go to Patreon. That's patreon.com/altered confusion.
Let's go.
And by the way, I know that I haven't given guys a new playthrough. Unfortunately, the recording that I was doing of The Walking Dead, the next Walking Dead recording, got jacked up. But in the meantime, I am going to give you a playthrough. It's not a very long playthrough. I think it's only like 3 or 4 episodes, but it's of a game called Watertight. It's kind of this not quite walking simulator, but really is, because you're not really walking very far. You wake up in a submarine that is stuck on the bottom of the ocean, and then the story puzzles all happen in order for you to figure out what the hell is all going on.
So what you're saying is you should just take your 24 hours from Outlaws and just cut it up into 24-hour episodes.
As much as I would love to do that, because I did not start from the beginning with Star Wars Outlaw, you would be getting placed, I think 8 hours into the game.
So it could have been like, a full season of 24. Only Star Wars.
Anyways, so you'll patrons, you will be getting a new playthrough very soon. Watertight is coming. It's been uploaded. I just need to write the blurbs, and then I will do the way that I posted for y'all, and you can enjoy those.
Nice.
Okay. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, I know that we just did this, but there's still time for you to donate to Extra Life. So I just want to give you a heads up of saying that Ultra Confused is proud to say that we have been fundraising and doing 24-hour game-a-thons for Extra Life for 14 years straight. Extra Life is gamers doing what they do best, game, to help sick and injured children at their chosen Children's Miracle Network Hospital. The money that we raise through Extra Life will be given directly to Children's Healthcare of Atlanta as unrestricted funds. This means that the hospital decides where and how to spend the money to ensure the dollars we raise make the biggest impact to the lives of the kids they treat. So if you have the capacity to donate, please go to extra-life.org and search for Ultra Confusion. And for all you beautiful individuals who have already donated, a very, very big thank you. I believe the official game 24-hour thing is this Saturday. So if you have some friends, definitely come support them if they're doing the stream. And, all this money goes to a beautiful cause, so I can't complain. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I know that there's also people out there who are dying to get their hands on some Ultra Confusion merch. Perhaps a hat, perhaps a coffee mug, perhaps a Ultra Confusion beanie. Oops, wrong way. Beanie. Or perhaps you're looking for this beautiful, sturdy, durable Ultra Confusion vinyl sticker. All you got to do is go over to alteredconfusion.tv/merch, and you can take a look at those items and, of course, a couple others that you can add to maybe your Christmas or your holiday shopping list as we are crazily getting closer and closer to the fat man in a red suit time of year. For certain people, I'm talking about Christmas.
He's one big Batman.
Yeah, that's true. All right. So let's get on to the next thing. And that is, let's talk about some fun news. How about that?
Wait, there's fun news in the world?
Yes. There are certain actors and actresses out there who are actual amazing human beings.
Oh, thank you. Why, thank you.
And a specific actor who's an amazing human being and apparently is just a joy to be around was decided to go around some of his old stomping ground in New Zealand to look at the area from one of his very famous movies. The actor's name is Elijah Wood, and he was in New Zealand, specifically in a place that is called Hobbiton, which is a very popular tourist destination as well as a wedding venue. And It turns out that while he was just kind of chilling and walking through, there was an actual wedding going on. And the wedding stopped when they're like, "Oh my God, Elijah Wood!" And he took pictures with a bunch of people, and he congratulated the bride and groom. So, that's a good feel-good story.
I get the impression that like everyone in like Lord of the Rings was pretty chill, actually.
Yeah.
Like him, Viggo Mortensen, like Ian, I can't remember his last name, Gandalf.
McKellen.
What's that?
McKellen?
Thank you. Yes, Ian McKellen, as he told war stories during actual wars.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, you got, Pippin and all of them. So it's like
Sean Astin.
They all seem like generally like pretty chill, cool people. And a lot of them, especially the hobbits, they all go to like conventions like Dragon Con and stuff.
Oh yeah, they cling together, and that is true friendship on.
And they all got the tattoos
set
to show it.
Yeah.
Yep. Except for Sean Bean, man, he died because he's a dick.
Sean Bean dies in everything.
Maybe he should take a hint. I don't know.
If he plays someone who sides more on the side of good than bad, he will die. If he's a bad guy, he's going to fall flat on his face at some point during the movie.
Yeah, there is the new Nottingham show that he's in. I'm curious about it.
I don't know anything about that one, so I don't know.
I'm guessing it's about Robin Hood.
But yeah, we guess so.
Yeah, that's about all I know.
Actually, that makes me think of Have you seen? Oh my gosh, what is the name of? Let me see if I can pull it up real quick. There is a new anime that is being bankrolled by Disney.
Hmm.
It is called Twisted Wonderland.
Never heard of it.
Let's see if I could Twisted anime. Twisted. Let's see if I can spell it right.
I see there's a mobile game called Twisted Wonderland.
No, there's an animated series. It is Yu is catapulted into the world of Twisted Wonderland. There, he finds himself enrolled at the notorious Magic Academy Night Raven College. To return to his world, he needs the help of his uncooperative classmates, and all the classmates are put into. This is going to sound shocking, but into different houses that have different focuses and virtues. Does that sound familiar to anybody?
Nope, never heard of it before.
And one of the early characters that the main character runs into, apparently is like a descendant of the Red Queen, and his special power is off with their heads.
It's like I'm reading right now, Red Rising.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to say any more because of spoilers, but houses, oh my!
Yes.
It's like, yeah, it's the thing that every story must have in the relatively recently.
Thanks to Harry Potter, I feel like if you have some kind of like school attribute in your story or in your show, there has to be different groups within it. Maybe not houses, but different organizations.
I mean, it does make it a way for good storytelling now, because it does create easily creatable, storytelling paths and, interactions between characters. I mean, you're always going to have, the house of the do-gooders, and you're going to have the house, of the Slytherin type of people. So it's like they all have their certain characteristics.
And the house of the squishy people who are fun-loving but end up dying at some point. I'm sorry, Cedric Diggory.
So yeah, I get it. It makes for good storytelling.
Yeah.
But at the same time, there definitely is a bit of, you start it, and as soon as it's like, oh, they're going to school, when am I going to learn about their houses?
Right.
There's definitely, except for Skullromance didn't have houses, I think, did it?
I don't remember.
I don't think I had houses in Skullromance.
I don't think it did, but I don't quote me on it, because I've read so many freaking different.
Yeah, I don't think that one did, but you still definitely had, like, even without it, you definitely still had cliques.
Yeah,
it might as well have been a house.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like there's certain shows and book series that may not have like the house, but then they're like the if it's a school thing, then it's like the clubs.
Sure. Yeah, that's fair.
Anyways.
Yeah.
Can I just need, speaking of animes and stuff, can I just voice a pet peeve that has just been driving me nuts? Please, writers, bloggers out there, I understand that it's easy to make lists, but for the love of God, calm down with some of these lists. Here's the top 10 list of animes no one's talking about. Here's the top 10 list of animes with a powerful redhead. I'm like, okay, we're pulling deep now.
And don't forget, each of the top 10 must be on a different slide. They cannot just be one page.
So funny thing, for some reason, those top 10 lists, for me, so I've got got a Google app on my phone that just kind of gives me stories that you'd probably like to know more about, because you searched for it once upon a time, which is why I get some really random, like football in Michigan. I'm like, I don't give a shit about football in Michigan. But
what about football in like Ohio?
But anyways, so the problem is, for whatever reason, the website that the Google app loves to pull from when it comes to these stupid lists has some weird refresh error. when it comes to reading on the cell phone. And
Yeah.
so you'll be looking at the list because it'll give you the name and then it'll blurb about it and why people should be talking about it if this is, for example, the top 10 animations no one talks about. And at some point, it is going to reset the entire page and you are going to start at the top and you're going to have to scroll quickly down to get back to where you are and pray that you get to read that whole section before it refreshes again. But anyways.
Most of those websites and phones still just suck.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But anyways, to be honest with you, my biggest pet peeve is when people are talking about animes that are just older, and they're classic animes, but yeah, they're not talking about it because it's not brand new. We are in this weird time where new animes coming out every single freaking day. And also, fun fact, but there is a huge issue that's going on with animated studios. Even if you have a successful anime, because they're having to pump out so many so fast, they're going out of business.
Can't you just have AI animate for you? I mean, AI is in animation.
Can't I just make a robot to punch you in the nuts for saying something about AI? Yes, I could, but I'm not going to.
I'm sure I could go to Sora and make an anime overnight.
Fucking Sora. Jesus, Mary and Joseph. Whatever. Deep breaths, Charlie. You could do this. You'll be fine.
The weirdest one I have, so on my Instagram, I follow cats and cosplayers. That's the extent of it. But the new one that's been popping up, because you always get the suggested one, is because there's a few metal bands on there too. So somehow there's an AI, I'm pretty sure it's AI, an AI feed that is metal singers, and the refrain is cats growling. And there's like actually cat on the person's shoulder. And you get to the refrain, that's cats like into the microphone during the refrain. Yeah. I'm like, really? Like, this is what my Instagram feed has come to.
Yeah, no. My Instagram feed is all kinds of weirdness.
Yeah.
It's either comedic firefighter skits or comedic puppy videos. Actually, it's just a lot of comedy. That's all it is.
Mine's just mainly cats and cosplay.
Oh, there you go.
Very straightforward.
All right, let's talk about some news that's pissing off a lot of people, and that is the fact that not for the first time, but the second time, Rockstar has come out and said, by the way, GTA 6 has been delayed again.
Oh, well, whatever. I mean, A, I don't care about GTA in the first place because open world, Zealeus runs away. B, it's like when a game is, regardless of whether or not it's a game I'm interested in, when it's this far out, it's like, I'll believe it when I see it.
Right. Because they are now expecting it to come out. The first delay was pushing it to May 2026, and now they're pushing it out to November 16th. Sorry, November 19th, 2026.
Hooray.
So at some point, ladies and gentlemen, those people out there who want to play GTA 6, you'll get to play it, but not for another year.
So 2027.
Probably by the time it comes out. Now, look, on one side, I know this is infuriating to gamers, but on the other side, their reasoning is they came out, here's their reasoning, okay? We are sorry for adding additional time to what we realize has been a long wait, but these extra months will allow us to finish the game with the level of polish you have come to expect and deserve. We want to thank you again for your patience and support. While the wait is a little longer, we are incredibly excited for players to experience the sprawling state of Leonida and a return to modern-day Vice City. Look, at the end of the day, this is what gamers want. They want a polished game. Yes, it takes a shit ton of time. There was, once upon a time, yes, technically they still exist, but once upon a time there was a company called Blizzard. And their games they'll be playable when they're ready.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, like you said, it takes a long time for games to come out. And I'm assuming the big sprawling open craziness of GTA 6 will have just a lot of stuff going on. And yeah, I really not much to add, other than it just takes a long time to make big games.
But if you can avoid, say, weird ass like glitches that say Cyberpunk 2077 had upon launch, that would be a good start.
No, I mean, yeah, I agree. We'd rather want the game polished than
Yeah.
not polished. Yeah.
Yeah. And because it's such a big name, it's not like people are going to forget about GTA 6, okay? It's not because we delayed it. There's a very good chance that people have moved on to another game. There are people who will literally go, "Okay, well, I'm not going to take that day off that I was going to in May of 2026. I will now put in for November 19th and 20th and 21st and 22nd of 2026 so that I can get over a bad cold."
It's perfect for the holiday season. Probably just take off to Thanksgiving.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, just lead
You
it
got to
right
plan
into
in advance,
Thanksgiving.
man.
Yeah, didn't even think about that one. So, there was a question that was asked uh, from someone who was watching me do Star Wars Outlaws, and I wanted to get Zealeus' opinion on this. In action adventure games, when you're
Yep.
playing in either first person or third person and you're running around, some games, you know, excuse me, you've got terrain and obstacles in your path, right? And there are cases where there's this beautiful, wonderful, invisible wall that if you try to jump, you'll just never be able to get over an obstacle that clearly you could because your character
Yep.
is capable of. But because the developers decided, no, you can't. Um, and in some of those games, they basically spray paint or discolor the rocks or the ledges so that you can basically see exactly where you can climb so that you'll stop trying to do what a lot of people do in I think it was Skyrim, where you just kept pushing forward and jump and just moved up the backside of the mountain where the big dragon and fuck up the entire story because you're supposed to take the stupid path so you can learn like all the backstory. So Zealeus, how do you feel about that? A little bit of hand holding in
Uh,
basically
I
painting the path.
mean, at one time, like on one hand, it's like, oh, this is dumb. I'm a freaking like I'm Shepherd. I should be able to jump over this damn crate. I
Yeah.
can do it. I know it's possible. All right. I'm like the most lethal person in the galaxy. I kill fucking Reapers. Let me do this. But on the other hand, like it doesn't make me like angry because I also get it's a technical limitation. Like
Yeah.
in the end, that's what it comes down to is from a game development perspective, you can only make a game so open world before it just breaks. I mean, you'd rather the developers literally just put they pull a divergent and they literally just have like a force field where you can actually see the beacons and it doesn't let you pass there, or maybe they just actually have walls. So you
Mm-hmm.
can't even see like, you know, into the fields that you can't access. It's just boom, there you go.
Yeah.
Um, so I'm pretty much like, I get it. On the one hand, it's silly because you're a war killing machine. You can't jump over a log, but at the same time, it's also using your brain and realizing the developers can only do so much in the system. I mean, any open world's going to have that type of
Right.
environment. Um, I always do find it funny when like you're exploring and it's like you get to like a certain zone. It's not, it doesn't stop you. It just tells you like you're going to die in 3 seconds if you don't turn around. So to
Oh,
me, it is interesting how some games do take a different tactic of how to do it. Some have, the barriers where it's just like, no, you can't pass this. You just literally can't jump over it. Others like, yeah, you can come past this barrier. You just can only go so far before you just die and we'll turn you around anyways.
that reminds me, and I didn't add this into my review for Star Wars Outlaw, but there's a couple times where you have these story based dogfights. You're in space with your ship, and I'm just trying to stay alive, and apparently there is a magical, invisible area that you're supposed to stay in to do this battle. You can't just it will basically give you a countdown to return to area or you die.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what do you mean? I'm still getting hit by enemies. This should technically still be in the area, you assholes.
So was it like a separate kind of instanced fight in that case?
Yeah.
Yeah. So to me, that's a little bit different. We're like, so if you're just in an open world game,
Yeah.
like the limits don't bother me at all. Like I'm like, okay, fine.
Right.
But yes, when it does become an instant situation like that, where it's like a duel, it seems like there really isn't a good reason to have that limitation in the first place. Then yes, that actually does kind of bother me because that's a little different because now that's actually like a gameplay frustration where it seems like the developer should have accounted for the player kind of like, strafing away from the enemy to get a better vantage point.
Yeah.
So to that, I could actually get a little bit annoyed at. I get that.
There was a couple times during this game where I'm trying to get from point A to point B. It's you got the space battle there, but there was also one where you're on a planet and you're on your speeder and you're trying to get from point A to point B. And I apparently deviated from the acceptable path and got that return to quest area or die. And I'm like, but I need to go right there. So why can't I not just go right there? I'm still heading in the right direction. Why? Because it was inconsistent. It was not every single time you had to go from point A to point B. There's a couple times there's a couple of those quests where you go from point A to point B, and you could, accidentally wander off, and you wouldn't get penalized. But there was other times that they actually put in not like a running clock, but they were still trying to stress like the importance of you got to get there fast. And their workaround for that is if you stray too much to outside of the accepted area, they're going to give you a countdown to die, and you have to restart from the checkpoint.
Fun.
No, not at all. But I look for when it comes to like the geometry and stuff. Especially when it's open world, I'm okay with having some like indicators, like you're on a rocky barren world, but for some reason this ledge over here is painted with a yellow stripe on it. I wonder, to kind of help a slight holding of hands, if you would. That I'm okay with. That's just become like the thing that everyone does. There's some kind of maybe they don't paint it yellow, or maybe they just leave like an old rusted corroded sign by the area that has like an up arrow.
Yeah.
I'm totally fine with that. I do not need a game that absolutely 100% is roughing it, but also
the one that does kind of annoy me is, so when you have like terrain, you're going up, right?
Right.
And it's almost like you're jumping up rocks.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, you can get around it, but you just kind of want to go up this creative way.
Yeah.
It seems like there's no reason I shouldn't be able to jump on this other ledge, and I just can't.
Yep.
Like that one does actually annoy me. It's a lot in MMOs I see that, where it's like, because they're open world, I just want to go here. You just can't jump. It should be this very obvious ledge, and there's no reason. So it's like in the middle of the map. It's not like it's on the side. It's just like smack dab in the middle of the mountain. And I'm trying to get like over this point because there's actually like a mining crafting module right above it I can actually see. So those are the times that like the lack of pathfinding does kind of frustrate me.
So I do I don't remember what the game was. I think it was a horror survival game that I was playing. And you're in this like dilapidated building. And of course, the vast majority of the rooms are locked doors. Okay, so that you can keep. They're not going to. Game developers are not going to design a shit ton of rooms. If you're in a schoolhouse after dark, they're not going to allow you to go in every single classroom because that would just be pointless and it would be
What I'm
boring as shit.
hearing is you need to be Harry Potter and get your unlock skill leveled up.
No, but my favorite part about this game was that there was a door that was torn. The top half of the door was torn off, okay? You go up to it and it goes, the door is locked. I'm like,
yeah.
Just put your hand through and unlock the other side. Like,
but there's definitely ones like that where it's like, yes, we're in a video game. We have suspension of belief. I totally get that.
yeah.
But there are times where same thing like in a map, you have to get to this other side of a log. You know, you have to get to the other side of the log. It's not like it's the end of like the map just doesn't go there. It's like, no, I can see I have to get to the other side of this, but I have to find this other way to get around this log, even though I should be able to jump over the log.
Having a character who has great jump abilities or doesn't take damage on a fall, and you're walking down a flight of stairs, and you're jumping higher than the railing,
yeah,
and you need to get down the stairs. So why the hell can I not just jump over the railing?
I don't know, man. Yeah,
that's what pisses me off. But at the same time, I do like the fact that there are games that definitely have you like walk out on a ledge, and they won't actually let you fall off said ledge.
Or they let you fall off the ledge and you just die.
Yeah, it is so freaking annoying where, you're I don't know, you sneeze and so you accidentally hit the left analog or, some part of WASD, and all of a sudden your character you're on a razor thin edge already. Your character goes.
See, I don't mind that if basically I just respawn where I jumped off.
No, absolutely not. You've got to go back to the checkpoint at the beginning of the chapter.
I'm like, okay, that was fun. But you're right. If it like forces me back to the end of the chapter, then yes, that's annoying.
No, Zealeus. No, you don't get that easy stuff. I feel like this, I've like devolved into like Charlie's pet peeves here. But so after beating Star Wars Outlaws, I decided I need a new game to stream this past Tuesday. So I picked up 2 new games. One's called not Madden. Banisher. What's the name of the game now? Of course, I'm going to get it wrong. Banisher's Ghost of New Eden, which seems like a pretty sweet game. And the other game is a game called Keeper. Keeper is made by Double Fine Games, which is an awesome studio. Support them. Of course, Double Fine is notorious for their Double Fine Adventures game where they, I guess, locked the financial person out of the room. Double Fine Adventures, of course, was the Kickstarter game that went through all their money before they were actually able to make a beta version of the game, and then they had to chop it into 2 pieces, and that game became Broken Age, Part 1 and 2. But anyways, the game Banishers, Ghost of Eden, you can play with either a keyboard and mouse or a controller. And I don't know who was in charge of setting up the controls, but I want to punch them in the nuts, because if you use a controller and you of course use your right analog stick to pan left, right, up, down, not bad. Left, right, it's like wild swings in each direction. Like if there's no precision whatsoever. So I had to like monkey around for a while to get those controls right. But in the meantime, I'm like, all right, well, since I wanted to play the game, I was like, all right, I'll just switch over to mouse and keyboard.
Yeah.
Maybe it was like I don't know. Let's see if we can make the controls like the extreme opposite, because the mouse control I literally had to keep picking up the mouse and putting it back down, dragging it, picking it up, and putting it back down because it was so minute in the turns. There was, oh my God. I fixed it, but oh dear God. Oh dear God. Also, check out the game Keeper by Double Fine. You are a basically spider-legged lighthouse that is adventuring through this world that's been corrupted by darkness, and it's actually a lot of fun.
I got distracted looking for that, and I saw Tavern Keeper, which seems like a game I play.
Nope, you played Epic Tavern.
That's what I'm thinking of.
And Epic Tavern just had a big update, I think, a couple weeks ago.
No way.
It is alive.
Really?
Yes.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
October 23rd. Look at you.
Yeah. So I reinstalled it. I haven't played it yet, but I reinstalled it.
Foundational update.
Yeah.
Wow. Holy crap. The adventure life cycles. Wow. Okay. They really went to town. Okay. So this is an interesting one, right? Because you would think, so the game's in early access still, I assume. I'm going back to Epic Tavern, right? I'm assuming, is it in early access? I'm trying to find the actual store page now. We're not like, yeah, okay. So it's still early access, right?
Mm-hmm.
Part of early access, that's just the era we're in the video games,
yep.
is it's kind of to make money so they continue to develop.
Mm-hmm.
Part of the problem, I feel like Epic Tavern was like, it went radio silent.
Yep.
So when you're looking at a game, so the other one, not Epic Tavern, but Tavern Keeper, like it was just released. I see lots of updates. So I'm like, okay, this looks like a game I might want to support because it looks like it's actively updated. To me, for early access, that's a big deal, right? Like, it's not just going to go dormant a month from now and not actually get finished. So I get, at some point your gaming has to overgo a huge overhaul. That definitely happens. I think for Epic Tavern, though, the issue might be like the radio silence, because a lot of the reviews are also say the same thing. I remember looking at it a while ago, and a lot of the reviews basically like the game went silent. Is there going to be like a finished game? So it's cool that there was a really big update, but you still wonder if like the developers could have been playing something in the last like couple of years, really. They're like, hey, here's what's going on. I don't know.
Well, I mean, there's a game called that I backed. Let me see if I can pull it up.
So for Epic Tavern, this was October 23rd. The last update before that was August 10th, 2023. So like everyone, myself included, thought it was basically a dead early access game, which I enjoyed it. Like I enjoyed what I played, but it's kind of like, okay. So I do kind of wish like in that interim, like they'd said something like, hey, we're still here. Yeah.
Where the hell is that other game? Oh my God, we're going back really, really far. But this is one of the, I think maybe one or two of the first. Yeah, where the hell are you? Oh, there it is. Delver's Drop, which I backed. Oh boy. Delver's Drop was. Oh shit! Now of course it refreshed. Anywho, here. This should show you, how long this thing's been in development. Play as scoundrels attempting to escape ever-shifting dungeons in a stylish physics-based action RPG for PC, Mac, Linux, iOS, Android. Ooh yeah.
Ooh yeah. Oh my gosh. So here's what's just about Epic Tavern is I'm reading the comments of the most recent update, and apparently it's just one developer for the game now.
Interesting.
But like, were we at a convention and we met like they had a team, or am I imagining?
Yep.
Okay, that's what I thought. I could have sworn
we interviewed
met,
them and everything.
Yeah, there's like a whole team of them. So it's kind of interesting now where the person's basically saying he's like a single developer for the game, which that is a lot.
It is. I mean, things change. I mean, there. I can't
Yeah.
tell you how many projects. One of the it was a game that caught a lot of love and a lot of attention when it first came out. Fez was actually created by more than one person, but it ended up being released by one person with a very ugly legal battle beforehand. So I mean, it happens.
Sure.
I'm assuming that the guy who's still on there, the Epic Tavern was his passion project, and the rest of the people were like, "Look, man, I gotta do other shit." Would be my guess.
Very possible. Very possible.
Okay, real quick. I know we're about to run out of time, but I do want to say that there's been an announcement about a new entry into the Stranger Things universe.
Oh.
And it is going to be they're calling it a midquel, which I think they just made up that word. Basically, it is going to be an animated set of episodes that basically take the characters in Stranger Things and kind of build upon what happened between season 2 and 3. It's going to be called Stranger Things Tales from 85.
Sure.
It looks, I mean, the video, the trailer they've got right there looks really nice. I'll be very interested to see. I need to get back and probably have to rewatch all of Stranger Things because it's been a while since I was up to date until this final season, which I think
it's
has
been
it just
so
dropped,
long.
or at least the first half. Is it just dropped?
Of Stranger Things? No, I don't think so yet.
It's coming soon.
I think so. Season 5?
Yeah, season 5.
2 volumes, November 26th and December 25th.
Okay, end of this month then. Okay.
And apparently each episode is like crazy long too.
Oh yeah, it's like
okay, so
length.
Part 1, episodes 1 through 4 is November 26th. Part 2, episodes 5 through 7, December 25th. And apparently the final episode 8, December 31st. So
there's going to be a lot of viewing parties.
Watching The Witcher season 4, and my only problem I have with it, I'm actually enjoying the season. Like, I think it's good. I actually think it's better than season 3.
Mm-hmm.
The problem is when Liam Hemsworth tries doing the same exact mannerisms as Henry Cavill, specifically the grunts and the fucks. It's just not the same. Like, sorry, like, maybe find your own new Witcher Geralt shtick than those. But it's like when he does those two specific things specifically, you could tell he's trying to be just like Cavill. It's like, no, sorry.
Yeah.
No, it's just not working. But outside of that, he's a fine Witcher. Like, he's not going to be Cavill, but it's okay. Like,
I still look here. I know that this. I mean, we're past this point. He's still playing Geralt, but I think that there should have been when Cavill left, Hemsworth should have been another individual within the Witcher organization who took over the training for Ciri or something. Because they
would have had to go a completely different direction. The way season 4 is going, it had to be Geralt.
Okay.
I mean, they would have had to I don't know if they had a season 1 through 5 plan, because who the hell knows with these showrunners. But if they did, and this was the original plan for season 4, like, they would have had to literally redo the entire plot.
Gotcha.
So that's what I'll say is if you were to watch it, you'd be like, okay, it had to see, because my original thought was into season 3 is they're gonna explain why he looks slightly different based on the way season 3 ended. Is how I actually thought they're gonna go, almost like a Doctor Who type of deal.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We'll be like, oh yeah, it looks a bit different, but there's a good reason for it. And like this is why he's acting slightly different. But
Mm-hmm.
like it was kind of odd how they don't even reference, to me at least, they don't even like reference the existence of a previous Witcher. It's just
Mm-hmm.
the same exact Geralt. It's like, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have reached the end of our show. So,
Are you sure? Is it possible?
yes.
Okay. Just double check.
I do want to say something real quick, and that is that my schedule for next week was going to not allow me to do the show. However,
Okay.
I have changed that, and I will be available to do the show next week.
All right, there you go. Look at you, schedule finagling.
So, anyways, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to thank everyone for tuning into the Ultimate Confusion Thursday Night Hangout. For myself, Charlie, and Zealeus, it's been a pleasure getting everything from our heads, our mouths, and of course, our hearts. We'll be back next Thursday for another Ultra Confusion Thursday Night Hangout.
Remember, kids, keep on gaming in the free world.
Amen to that, brother. And we're out. Yeah, so
Where are we out to, sir?
I don't know. So, I am supposed to be playing a basketball game on Monday, a basketball game on Tuesday, 2 on Wednesday, and then 1 on Thursday. And I talked to my team captain for that Thursday game. I'm like, look, I'll play the Monday game, but there's no way in hell that my body is going to be able to allow me to do 4 days straight of basketball.
Yeah.
Also, that Monday and Thursday games are those 2 games I usually have to play the entire game, whereas the Tuesday and Wednesday weird ass decision, I basically play I don't know, I can't think of the oh my gosh, there are 4 quarters, Charlie. That's 1/8, so I usually play 5/8 of a game.
Big man
in the other league.
Okay.
So that one,
so 2.5 quarters.
My body gets a little bit of downtime.
Sure.
But
I get that.
Seriously though, that game, Keeper, I didn't know what to make of it. Like I somebody was like, dude, Double Fine's got a new game. You got to check it out. It's called Keeper. I'm like, all right, fine. So I downloaded it. I bought it. I downloaded it. Not thinking of anything of it. Then I started playing it, and I'm like, wait, what the is this? And then I've kind of fallen in love with it. It's a fun game. It's a fun puzzle game.
Nice. Sometimes it all comes together, and you get to actually enjoy playing stuff.
Yes. Well, it's either that or literally playing a Banisher, where I'm either going to be like a 200-year-old man trying to look to the left and right with using mouse and keyboard, or a hyperactive ADHD toddler with the controller.
I'm not seeing an issue either way, sir.
I'm sorry. I need that smooth transition. I gotta feel comfy with being able to look left and right.
Which way?
Can't do it otherwise, Zealeus.
Which way's left? Which way's right? I'm so confused.
I don't care. As long as I could just smoothly look in both directions.
Hmm.
All right. Anyways.
Up and down.
That one, I mean, it's still, I think it's probably it's still a little jerky, but I don't do a lot of up and down. So far, I haven't had to do a lot of up and down looking in this game.
Fair enough.
Because it's third person, so I just kind of set the camera behind the character at a slight angle down so that I could see all the shit that's selectable. I don't really need to look up in the sky. At this point, I haven't had to look in the sky.
But I want to look straight into the sun and go blind.
No, this world is taking place in like a perpetual dark winter, so there is no sun to burn your retina on.
Fair enough.
Sorry, Zealeus.
Disappointing.
I know. God dang it! I even took like freaking pain pills to maybe like have the swelling go down, and my lip is still like busting.
Maybe you need Botox.
It was I'll admit it was a hell of a headbutt, man.
Or wear a mouth guard when you play.
I think it still would have done some damage to my face, even if I had a mouth guard. Like I
Well,
said, I still got all my teeth.
Well, just in the future, make sure you don't lose your teeth because that would be the worst.
Yeah, I don't want to lose that. I of course don't ever want to lose my teeth.
Yeah, because once you lose that tooth, it's a pain in the ass to deal with forever.
Yeah.
We're not kids anymore, I think. Or are we?
At heart, we are. But our bodies are definitely not.
Ain't that the truth? Ain't that the truth?
All right, I'm going to end the stream. I'll talk to Zealeus offline, but everyone have it.